it's Soft Kitty 99 and today we're back at the moving house. We've cleaned up the outside and the inside, so we've got a blank canvas now in order to start doing our own renovation, refurbishment and conversion into a house. So I'm kind of feeling like the floor should either be wood or tile, and tile might be a bit slippy, so wood might be the better option, but I'm not quite sure what it would look like, so we're going to have to try it and see if we like it. Those ornamental panels might be quite nice on maybe the ceiling, if we want to give it like a luxuriant, more like Orient Express kind of feel. We might want to go a little bit more luxuriant. How about these type panels? This sort of herringbone pattern always feels a little bit more old-fashioned and stylish to me, so this one might be a good one. So let's try that. I like that. I really like that. It might not be to everybody's cup of tea, but I've always liked those herringbone floors. And then the two like end sections I feel like should be more of a washable tile, but I kind of want to blend it into the flooring that we've already got. Maybe these Fernando ones will work. I think the colour might be quite close, so if we put a little bit across, yeah, that might work. Right, let's go corner to corner and then let's fill in all the gaps, see if we like that. It's quite a muted colour tone and colour palette, but I think if you go too bright, the space is quite small, so you'd definitely overwhelm it. Right, so those doors do open. If we are going to try and fit a bathroom in one of these little end rooms, it's going to be a squeeze, and we're definitely going to have to find some way to block off the doors and block off people's sight lines, because the worst thing is having the bathroom where anybody can see in. I mean, that would be horrendous, wouldn't it? Right, so we've got to kind of fill in the door spaces in little sections because of the shapes, but that's a traditional shape of a railway car, so that makes sense. And we're going to have to kind of block the room off a bit, I think, as we section it off. Maybe we use like a screen or something to make a like bedroom area. I mean, the rest of it could be sort of open plan, because people like open plan kitchen, living room things, don't they? So that could be alright, especially since you've not got a lot of space. You don't want to close it off too much. Yeah, so these ornamental panels, I wonder if we can put these on the ceiling and go for that luxurious, opulent, like historic travel, that luxurious historic railway car travel, like the Orient Express and things like that. Ah, we can't go right all the way across because of the corners are shaped, and it doesn't seem to want me to be able to put tile all the way across, so it's kind of popping up here. That seems to be the widest. Let's see how wide a panel we can actually put in and hope that that matches the pan. Ooh, we've got edges that are not, it's not full pattern. See, if it had gone all the way to the edge, it probably would have got four full patterns in. Ah, that's kind of unfortunate. I suppose I could cut the end off and just leave the two big sections wide down the centre for, I don't know, for neatness, but I kind of really want as wide a panel as possible. If we no, I don't think I want the fancy tile in the two little end sections. I think that might be too much. If we just run it down the centre of the big part of the train car, I think that would be better. Trying to decide what to do now. Do we use panels to kind of go with that opulence feel, or do we just use paint? Bit undecided. Maybe that diamond, that's kind of an older style pattern, and it's got the wood panelling at the bottom and like the cornice thingy at the top as well. How about we put it on the end wall here and see what we think? I like the idea of it. Now see where the corners curve, it's cutting the wood bit off at the top again. So if we went along the side walls, you wouldn't see the wood like, I think it's cornice, isn't it, at the top? Is it cornice right at the top? I think it is. But that the white bit right at the top, which I think is called a cornice, will disappear on the side walls because of the curve of the ceiling. So you'll only see it on the end walls. But I think I quite like it. It's a muted colour. We're kind of going for earthy neutrals. But we've got like the opulence, haven't we? Because we've got the real wood flooring. We've got the opulent tile down the centre. Hopefully that's little curved bit we can paint like a creamy colour to kind of match. Oh! We can put the panelling on it. So yes, it looks like you can either paint or wallpaper the curve. I was just thinking we might have to use like a cream paint on there, but it will actually let us put panels on, which was making it a little bit pricey because the panels are obviously a lot more expensive than the paint would be. But is that too much? Would we be better to put paint? No, I think we'll go with the panel. Let's see what it looks like when we do it all, because then it blends the curve into the wall, so it might give it the illusion of being a little bit taller, hopefully, she says. Often if you bring stuff further up, it makes it feel taller. It's the same as if you paint stripes vertically going up, it makes you feel like the room is taller, and if you paint stripes horizontally across the walls, it makes it feel like the ceilings are lower. So if you want to do horizontal lines, you always have to make sure you're in a building that has tall ceilings anyway, because if they've got low ceilings and then you paint the horizontal lines across your walls, it makes it feel like the ceiling is going to hit you on the head. Whereas if you've got really, really tall ceilings that you feel are too tall, if you do that, the lines that way, then it makes it feel like it's not quite so high, if you see what I mean. It's kind of an optical illusion effect. So if you're going with big patterns and lines and things, yeah, and stripes and stuff, you've got to be careful where you put them. Yeah, I think that might work. We're going to have to use an awful lot of this, a little mark somewhere. Did we get it? I think we got it. Right. Oh, no! Oh, see, I keep pressing the escape button when I go for the tab button to get back to the shop, so it keeps bringing up that screen, so my apologies for pressing wrong buttons. As I say, I'm still not quite firing on all cylinders. That might be added to by the fact that the cat woke me up at 2:30 with pawing at my bedroom door going meow, 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 so loud. How can a little tiny kitten make so much noise? But it's like meow, 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 meow. So I got up and it's like feed me, feed me, feed me. And then when I tried to go back to bed, it was like, no, don't leave. And they twined around my feet and it was like, stay, stay. So I had to stand there and watch them eat, and then they demanded I open the door and let them out. And then they came back in the morning and they jumped on me at 4:15 again. And then 6:30 it was get up and feed me again, human. You are my slave, human. You will feed me when I wish. That's the worst it's been for a long time. Normally they only like wake me up like once. But no, that was like 3 times, all like determined to make me not get my sleep cycles in, and so yes, I'm a bit like, I have fog brain. Tonight I hope I sleep well. Oh dear. Don't get me wrong, love the kittens to bits. They're both rescues. We rescued them both. They both turned up on our doorstep one day. The first one turned up on our doorstep one day, starving to death. Little semi-feral cat that if we gave them any food, they'd grab a mouthful, run right down to the bottom of the garden to eat it, run back to the door. They wouldn't come in the house at all, you had to put it outside. Just run up to the door, grab a little bit, run all the way down to the bottom of the garden. like that for like 3 months before it finally put one paw inside the door and then started running away again. And then about another month later it decided it would come in the house, and then slowly over time it got more and more settled, and now he paws at doors and jumps on us and pokes us and says feed me, meow meow meow, and demandy cat, very happy demandy little cat. And then one day he brought home another little starving cat. A little girl pushed her literally through the door and shoved her head into his food bowl, like, eat. So, yes, he chose her, and we rescued her as well. So we ended up with 2 cats. Never intended to get a cat, but I've ended up with 2, and I love them to bits. So, there you go. Never say you'll never do something, because when an animal turns up on your doorstep begging for help, it's really, really hard to say no. And so yes, so now I've got 2 cats. They definitely rule the roost. You could say you can train a cat, and we have tried to stop them, to train them to stop poking at our door, but no. Semi-feral cat, if he doesn't get what he wants, he just pokes you, and then if you don't respond, you end up with a claw digging into you until you do say yes. So it's very hard to say no to that. And if you don't open the door to them, he tries to dig a hole through the door. So we're still working on it. Hopefully we'll get there eventually. But yes, he's come a very, very long way from that semi-feral little cat that first turned up on the doorstep. So, yeah. But it was all worth it, definitely. Absolutely love the little kitties. Right, so peach paint. I think what we do is we fill in all the gaps now with the peach paint. I'm hoping that this is better. I just think that curve is just that little bit too much. I think a bit of contrast might help. So, what do we think? Is the peach too much? I thought peach sounded quite a good match, but maybe the cream. Let's go for a smaller pot this time and try that, and let's see which of the two we think is better. That might be a bit pale actually, but we might be able to use this like on here. Oh, how about the ceiling over here? What do we think? Is that too pale? Yeah, we could use that for the ceiling over here, can't we? Oh gosh. Right, this is... watch where we're painting. I wonder if we put the square in the wrong space and it kind of goes through into the main room, will we then lose our fancy tiles off the ceiling in the main room? Or will it stop at the wall? Will it be clever enough to stop at the wall? Yeah, that could work on this end section, so we want to do the same in the other one. I should have picked that pot of paint up and carried it, shouldn't I? But I didn't, because my brain is not working. It is fuzz from lack of sleep. Right. So how big are this? Is they 4 wide? I think the square's 4 wide, isn't it? It might be 4 wide because we've got all of the advancements in the how many rows of paint you can do at a time. If you haven't got the advancements, wonder if it just lets you do 1 strip at a time. In fact, 1 strip at a time might make it easier to not go where you don't want the paint on ceilings. And you might even be able to get fancy enough to like paint stripes and things if you really wanted to completely jazz everything up crazily. I think I prefer the peach. So I'm going to do the peach. So we've tried various things. See, we've tried the wallpaper panels. I thought that was just too much samey and we needed to divide it up a bit. The cream I think was just that tiny bit too pale, but we've used it on the end rooms. And the peach, it's slightly darker than I perhaps wanted, but I didn't see any other colour that I think will be closer. So I think the peach kind of picks up the darker sections of the fancy tile on the top and the darker bits in the wallpaper are close enough to the peach to make it work. And then we'll use the peach on the spare walls on these end sections as well. Oh, and there's the little bits to paint around the door, so we'll have to try and remember to do those. Hello, puppy. Are you in my way a little bit? Yes, you are, but don't worry about it. I won't paint you peach, I promise. If I spot a little bit on your coat, then you'll have a strange coloured spot, but don't worry, we'll give you a bath when we get home and get rid of all the dirt. So if I splash you with the paint, we'll get it off then, don't worry about it. And you can meet my other puppy at my office house. And then we might consider moving our office to a new house. We might keep the old office house in case we end up not liking living at a house that's basically a pet sanctuary, because that's kind of what we will be turning it into, because I want to have a look at as many of the animals as we can to see what's available, what they're like. Let's move it down. See, now I'm being sensible. I actually moved the paint pot to make it easier to do the job. Are you all proud of me? I bet you all sit there screaming at the camera, move the paint pot, you daft kitten. Kitty moved the paint, guys. See, I am learning. Oh no, now I've got to run all the way back. Okay, maybe I didn't quite learn. I should have finished painting that section before I moved the paint pot. See, I'm trying, honest. Right then. Oops, you have to move yourself as well, Kitty. You cannot reach the far corner from where you are stood. You must move your little feet. There we go. See, getting a bit lazy now. Right, well, did we paint all that? No, we didn't. We need to paint these bits of green wall still. Well, I think we're definitely going to get all the painting done today and the prep work, so all the floors and walls and ceilings and things will be finished. We might even get to put a little bit of furniture in, if we're very lucky. So yeah, I think the provisional plan is that one of these end sections will be like your entrance hall, and the other one we're going to try and sneak a little bathroom, but we're going to have to try and figure some way to like block off the doors, because we don't want people looking in while you're taking a shower or using the facilities, because that would not be good. Not good at all. Right, did we paint everything? Right, around the edges. We got every little panel painted properly. I think we might have done. Right. I think we are safe. Sell our paint pots and then decide what we're going to do next. Hey, little puppy. Sitting in the doorway is probably not a good spot, you know. No, probably not. Right, what do you think we should do first? Oh look, see the train going past that. So if we, I think the side that's closest to the door, and by door I mean the gate and the fence, which is the route into your plot, is probably going to be the better one for your entrance hallway. So the one that's closest to the train tracks, where we can see the train now, this one at this end, is probably going to be the better one to try and sneak a bathroom into, isn't it? But I'm not sure how we're supposed to actually fit stuff like that in. And I really think it's not feasible to use it as a space to live in without some sort of bathroom. Even if you only came for like the weekend, you can't wait an entire weekend without using the facilities, so you're definitely going to need something. And I don't want to build a shed outside to to put the facilities in. And I suppose you could put an outhouse down somewhere just for a weekend stay over, but not really practical, is it? I wonder... Right, so I'm just looking now at the curtainy window covering thing to see, is there any way we can like block? Could we like put these long blinds in? Could we like put those over like the doors, and could that block it out so that nobody can like... I mean, I guess we could kind of lock... Could we lock the doors? Like mechanically or electronically, you can probably lock the doors so that no one can like push them open. But we need to like put stuff over them, wouldn't we, to be able to... Oop, I think we definitely need to close them so we can... Can we can't put the... Can we not put the blinds up? If we can't put the long blinds... Those long blinds were designed for very tall windows. If we can't put something like that over the door, that's kind of unfortunate. That would have been really nice. How about these like narrow curtains? These are very tall. These covered the big like patio door type things, aren't they? Can we maybe put something like this? Maybe like a brownie colour. We're going to try and set the colours a little bit because green could work quite well because we're in nature, aren't we? So green or brown would work maybe. But I mean the key thing is to see if... Oh, no, I'm not getting any of the... Oh, it's trying to put them below the doors. Oh, it's like trying to put them under the car? So do the doors not trick it into thinking it's like a window or a door to put things over? This could be difficult then, couldn't it? Because if we can't like block... We've got to be able to block it off somewhere. How about these shutters? How big are the shutters? Could something like this work maybe? Could we like... put them at the sides and pass them closed to block that. Well, it's red. Is it good? Oh, wait, that went green. Could that work? We'd have to put like one at either side and like close them into the middle. Will that work if we put them? Then we want the other, the other the hinge at the other side to like do the other side of the door. Will that? Whoops. Can you like... Oh, right, something's not quite right there. The one I put down first is very high up. Right, so if I put that right at the edge of the frame and then move this one, will this work? Oh, position is... Oh, wait, we almost got that there. How's that? Ooh, it just reaches to cover it. See, that end one... It barely covers it. Okay, that might work then. If we can repeat that. Yeah, that's actually acceptable. It's still getting a little bit of light in, but not in such a way that people can really see in. That's good, right? We'll need to do that on the two side doors then as well, probably, to make that work. So it's possible that we might be able to cover things up. How does that look from here? And it kind of matches the colour scheme that we've gone with as well. So let's have a look. Can we do anything different? And that raises the question of the windows in here, because we already said that the windows in the actual train car looked a little bit small. So what we need to do is see if we can put any blinds or curtains or anything up at the windows. I don't really particularly want to put shutters on the inside of the train car all the way up and down. So we're definitely not looking for shutters. We might be able to put shutters at the side of them, but I just don't think that would look right in the inside of here. So what we want to do is see if the blinds work. Now the clotho short blinds don't seem to work. So let's try a few more, and we'll move a little bit further down the train car so there's no like interference from walls and things maybe. Yeah, so that one didn't work, so let's try something else. So let's try the Roman blinds. If we were looking for something to match our colour scheme, I think the dandelion could work, the roselle could work, the others are a bit much, I think. Maybe even the bamboo, but I think the dandelion or the roselle, I think the roselle is the better one for our particular colour scheme, but it won't let me put it up. So do you know what we'll do? We'll try a narrow curtain, maybe see if there's anything else, but it's starting to look like the only thing you can actually put to the windows and doors in the train is going to be the wooden shutters. I don't really want to use those on the windows here, but we'll try a couple more things, and then in the next episode we'll see about furnishing and trying to put in our bathroom. Hope you've enjoyed today's episode. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. No, it didn't work again. From Softkitty99, goodbye and happy gaming.